Hey, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so this is the big project for the semester. I want to give you a quick update on what it looks like so that you do well. This is an opportunity for you to explore some professional activity related to your career, be able to understand what people are actually doing in the field to affect sustainable development. It's an opportunity for you to be creative and communicate with others in a variety of ways. It could be a written story, it could be a song, it could be a dance. There's some examples, it could be a website, PowerPoint, whatever, however you want to communicate it. There's a lot of opportunity for you to be in control. Right. So I'm giving you a lot of rope. I want you to identify a topic that interests you, and I want you to explore it. And I want you to then share the lessons you've learned with a broader audience. Okay. So this is an opportunity for you to do something that's really cool. It's a big project. Takes all semester, so start now. Let me walk you through some of the specifics. Let me pull up the assignment. Okay, here is the assignment. As you can see, there are a lot of due dates, and this is what you have to keep track of. Again, if you keep track of these due dates and you do this stuff on time, you'll do really well on this assignment. There are teammates that have been assigned at random. Just use Canvas to assign groups of three. 2, 3, or 4 usually is the team size, and that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, I can't let you form your own teams. It becomes too much like chaos. But here's the big lesson: is in order for you to do well in this assignment, you have to get good teammate reviews. Better than good, you have to get excellent. If you want to get an A or B, you better be a good teammate. Okay, here's the grading criteria. I give you some specific examples of what it's going to take to be a good teammate. Your teammates are going to review you. That's all part of the assignment. That's explained a little bit later. So be a good teammate. Learn what it takes to be a good teammate. If you know how to be an effective teammate, and better yet, how to lead a team assignment, a team project, you will do well in the career, right? Because team skills are huge in career success. And this is an opportunity for you to practice some of those skills, step up, help organize the team, study what it takes to be a good teammate. Okay. You're going to have to reach out and figure out who these people are, make a schedule, figure out how to meet, figure out how you want to communicate. You want to do it by WhatsApp, how you want to set up times to work together on Zoom, or however you want to do it. You got to take control and do that. Then you're going to have to very quickly identify a topic, identify something that you want to study. I've got a bunch of examples I'm going to show you here in a minute that give you an idea. But basically, if you look through a couple of the chapters at the end of the Leadership for Sustainability book, you'll get some examples, get some ideas of what I'm talking about. Look at some of the examples from last semester, which I'll point to here in a minute. And I've got all kinds of ideas for you that help get you started. You don't have to follow any of those ideas. You can go your own way. But I just want to give you an example of how to get started. One of the conditions of the project is that it address some sustainable development challenge, something to do with climate, water, food, and ag, something that's discussed in that book, right? It's a pretty big, broad category of topics that'll fit. Just about anything fits, but you got to make sure it does. And you got to be able to justify that it does. It also has to deal with actors doing something. That is, these people are going to have to be trying to solve a problem. They're going to try to feed people. They're going to try to stop climate change. They're going to have to deal with water security. They're trying to solve some problem. I don't want you to study a study. That is, I don't want you to report out on some research and development project, some research project. That's not what this is about. This is a leadership case study. It's a case study of some organization, some people, some groups, some organizations trying to get together to solve a problem. And I want you to explain how they're doing that. Okay? That's what this is about. You're then going to go through a very rigorous sense-making exercise of collecting data. The process is described in the book. You'll be collecting information about the stakeholders and the strategies they're using, the outcomes they're trying to achieve, and that's basically the analytical part that you're going to have to then submit and get some feedback from the graders, from myself and others, and then is the fun part, right? Or the hard part, which is you're going to have to write a stylized story. Right? You're going to have to somehow communicate what you've learned in that deep dive, that analytical sense-making exploration of the leadership case. You're going to have to then somehow communicate it to a wide audience. You have to figure out what that audience is. Is your brother and sister? Is it your professor? Is it a professional group? Who is interested in this? Might be a community group. And then you're going to have to communicate with them. And maybe it's telling a story. It might be a written story, like the case studies that are in the back of the book, the end of the book that I'm asking you to glance over. It might be a song. It might be a PowerPoint that gets presented to the community. It can be anything that you think needs to be, but it's got to be a story, and it's got to grab people. It's got to have a hook. It's got to be able to get them interested in this. Okay. Okay, here are at the bottom of this document are some examples, some ways for you to get an idea of what might be an acceptable project. I've given you the actual assignments that the people did from the last couple semesters. This first one, Beyond Beef, is actually a song. It was really impressive. Look at it, listen to it. And there's examples of the paper that they did. So there's lots of material here for you to see how to do this. There's also a bunch of topics. I'm just giving you some ideas here. You don't have to take these ideas, but this is an example of what you could do. Here are some organizations that have lots of case studies like that we're talking about. Look at these, see what other people are doing. All kinds of great examples there. And here are just a few organizations that are doing some really cool things. So just to quickly summarize, this project has lots of moving parts, right? You're going to have to work with your teammates. You're going to have to pick a topic and get that approved. Then you're going to have to do this quick analysis, a sense-making analysis. You'll get that, get some feedback from us. You'll submit that. Then you're going to have to put this stylized story together that communicates it to the broader audience, and then you have to share that with us. Due dates for each of those, opportunities for feedback from each of those. You can email the instructors to get additional feedback. Happy to help, but you're going to have to take control of this. You're going to have to get stuck in, and you're going to have to stay working on it throughout the semester. Don't forget about it. Don't let it fall behind. Spend a few hours each week. And then you'll be done, and it'll be a great project. And the best assignments, the best projects, I'm going to push out through my network so that other people get a chance to witness and learn from the work that you did. Okay, enjoy this project. Make the most of it. Ball's in your court. Break a leg.